Hey everyone, I'm Alvin, and today we're checking out 10 awesome design ideas for elegant themed islands. My own island, Camillo, is elegant themed, so I really needed this inspiration myself. I hope you enjoy and are just as inspired by these design ideas as I am. Let's dive in. Castles! Go big or go home, am I right? This castle design blew me away, and I especially love that it's tucked back in the trees. Something about it being unreachable and secluded in the woods just makes me all the more intrigued by it. The statues and symmetry work nicely, and the fountain is an excellent touch. I also had to share this other pink elegant castle design where you can actually walk right up to it on this beautiful little land bridge. All of the water and the small details like the butterflies and the statues really elevate the feel of this design, and I especially love the view from this little musical overlook. Mozart, anyone? Brilliant designing. This second design idea is much smaller in comparison to an entire castle, but I think it's just as impactful. The horse and carriage design! We see one example here with the pumpkin carriage and the springy horse item. It definitely gives me magical Cinderella vibes and can really add that extra flair of elegance to an area. Alternatively, this smaller horse and carriage design with the garden wagon is just as adorable and fun, the perfect pairing for any castle build. I was really impressed when I came across this boat design, especially because it was built onto one of the rocks at the back of the island. Most often when I see boats in Animal Crossing, they're on a lake or attached to a pier that's in the middle of the mainland of the island, but I think it's really creative that this boat appears anchored on the back of the island, and the little shipyard around it just plays so well into how the design looks overall. And look at the little water code under the boat, it's such a cute little detail! Sail away, Captain! Onwards to the horizons! For all of us wine enthusiasts, y'all had to know that we were going to include a vineyard design, and this vineyard in particular is brilliant because it's a great mix of both the farmcore and Elegantcore themes. The autumnal vibes and colors make the area feel warm and cozy, and the use of the barrels, statues, and iron furniture items just add that little extra layer of elegance in a way that creates such a seamlessly perfect elegant design. The purple hyacinths are a nice touch, and they're a great way to incorporate a little more color into your design. And if you're feeling a little fancy after you're done with the build, feel free to pop open a bottle of champagne to celebrate. Take a seat, put up your feet, and sip, sip, sip away. Also, as a little bonus idea, especially for those of us who just really love the look of the purple hyacinths, consider creating a little lavender shop. It's a great way to splash in some color, it can fill in a small space relatively well, and especially if you're building an elegant themed island with just a subtle splash of city core, this is a really nice in-between idea that swirls both of those design themes in a beautiful way. I also really adore the little lavender umbrella design, and the whole area is surrounded by trees, which gives this nice little shop just a cozy, little bit of naturey kind of vibe, and I love it. If you ever get tired of the traditional grid-like feel of an area on your island, consider adding a diagonal bridge. The pathing looks really nice, and I'm not sure why, but for some reason having water on both sides of the path just makes this build feel all the more extravagant to me. I think it was an awesome detail to include in this build. It's basically a floating runway of elegant proportions, and I'm absolutely got front row seats to the show. Drag show, anyone? I wanna dance with somebody! Thank you so much. I only accept 20s. Your island simply wouldn't be elegant if it didn't have at least one cozy painting spot. I feel like painting areas are such a quintessential elegant design because paintings have been a sign of wealth and privilege and power and creativity for basically forever. I especially appreciate when players take the time to pair paintings with an area that sort of matches the painting. It gives off the illusion that somewhere on your island lives a little Picasso in hiding, and that subtle splash of fantasy just makes this whole area all the more beautiful and fun. You could even drop off a few snacks and add in some additional seating like you're hosting a paint and sip with friends. Another essential design idea for elegant themed islands is music spots. Most of the instruments in this game look incredible, so honestly, it would just be a shame not to show them off a bit. Something about a white grand piano just does something to me. It's like I have this idea of sitting by a little music spot, waiting for one of the villagers on the island to come over and serenade me as a thank you for all the hard work I do to keep this island functioning. Truly, it's the least they could do. Also, a specific musical design idea that I just noticed is getting really popular is creating floating music islands. I think they're such cute little designs, and it's a nice little private area if you ever want to escape from a villager trying to pawn off a garbage can on you. Here we've also got a little spa area overlooking the ocean. The Cosmos showers add a little bit of life to the build with all the plants, and look at the cozy items, especially the little candles. This whole area just makes me feel like I want to take the day off and treat myself to some real rest and relaxation. Maybe sign up for a meditation, take a moment to sit in a little spa and just breathe as all the stress of the last year just melts away. Gosh, I miss massages. But hey, super cute and steamy idea. Okay, so I know that libraries are kind of a used up idea already, but sometimes the tried and true design concepts are really the best way to go, especially for Elegantcore, because when I think of libraries, I think of philosophers, intellect, research, all of the things that play huge roles in the furtherment of mankind. And I just think it's beautiful. Plus, since libraries are already pretty common, they pose as a sort of challenge. It's hard to reinvent the wheel, but the true artist can still find some way to make something old feel new. Think of libraries as a personal challenge to push your design skills. Who knows, you may even surprise yourself with what you come up with. I saved my favorite for last. I'm not entirely sure if I'll make one of these on my own island, but I definitely encourage you to try for yourself. Cathedrals! Honestly, I think that cathedrals are some of the most gorgeous, powerful, awe-inspiring pieces of architecture that we humans have ever managed to build. I actually had the privilege of visiting Notre Dame a few years back, and I just remember being in a constant state of awe and amazement, and these cathedral-inspired designs make me feel that same way. They're sort of similar to castle builds, but I think that there's still something unique and charming about them in their own right. Plus, the custom codes that are used here work phenomenally with the overall design. And of course the statues! Every great cathedral has to have statues. This is a design idea that acts as a true testament to a player's ability to play around with forced perspective builds, and I truly commend anyone who can make a design like this work. It is hard. Now that we've covered some lovely design ideas for your elegant themed island, let's explore some custom codes that can help to bring your builds and your island to life. Most of these codes are ones that I'm currently using on Camillo because, well, I like them enough to use them myself, so obviously I think that they're great. The bread and butter of my code collection is this blue rose stone path border. It's actually what originally inspired me to try my hand at making an elegant island. White is generally a main color for elegant themed islands, so this white brick pathing will work beautifully on most islands. I really like this little stone design. I use it underneath all of my street lamps, and I think it helps them to pop a little bit more instead of just having them resting on the grass. Blue roses are some of the most beautiful flowers in the game, but since they tend to be a pain to breed, consider these blue rose bush designs. Excellent detail, and you can place them basically anywhere. Lastly, I haven't fully committed myself to this design yet, but I really like the black and white contrast of this stone pathing design. I think it would look really good in like a garden area or simply as a little path through the woods. Let me know which design idea inspired you the most, or if there are any design ideas that you think I should have included in the video. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to check out the other 2 parts of this series to learn more about the essential design elements of Elegantcore, and which villagers might work best for your island. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!